It was a typical New York afternoon. The streets were packed, the smell of hot dogs filled the air, and Spider-Man was swinging through the city, patrolling for trouble. Everything seemed normal until it wasn't. A sudden, deafening boom shook the city, and Spider-Man felt the shockwave reverberate through the skyscrapers. "Oh," he muttered to himself, swinging higher for a better view. What he saw made his heart race. Marching down Fifth Avenue was a robot. No, not just any robot. This thing was huge, towering over the buildings like a metal monster. Its arms smashed through everything in its path, cars flying through the air like toys. Why do giant robots always pick New York? Spider-Man quipped to himself, but he was already racing toward the chaos. As he swung closer, he realized just how massive the thing was. 40 feet of solid metal, glowing red eyes, and missile launchers on its back. Civilians were running in every direction, screaming for help. Spider-Man dropped onto a nearby rooftop, calculating his move. His spider sense buzzed like crazy, warning him of incoming danger. The robot swung a massive arm toward a crumbling building, and in an instant, Spider-Man webbed a nearby car and yanked it, launching it straight at the robot's head. Clang! The car bounced off the robot's metallic skull like a pebble against a tank. The robot turned, eyes locking on Spider-Man. "Well, that worked about as well as a paper airplane against a hurricane," Spidey muttered, just before a massive robotic fist came crashing toward him. He leaped just in time, narrowly avoiding being flattened, but the force of the blow sent shockwaves through the rooftop, crumbling it beneath his feet. Spider-Man scrambled to web-sling away, dodging as the robot chased him through the streets, tearing up the city as it went. "Okay, I'm gonna need some backup for this," Spider-Man groaned. Right on cue, a shadow loomed over him, Hulk-sized. Spider-Man looked up just as Hulk landed with an earth-shaking thud, smashing into the ground right between Spider-Man and the robot. Hulk smash! The green giant roared, cracking his knuckles. "Hey, big guy! You read my mind!" Spider-Man shouted, swinging up to a lamppost to get a better view. "I think that thing needs a serious Hulk-sized beatdown." Hulk wasted no time. He charged toward the robot, meeting its towering legs with a thunderous punch that sent the entire machine stumbling backward. Sparks flew as metal crumpled beneath Hulk's fists. The robot responded by firing a barrage of missiles straight at Hulk, but he swatted them away like they were nothing more than gnats. Spider-Man flipped through the air, launching webs at the missiles that passed by Hulk, yanking them off course before they could hit any buildings. "Man, these things have worse aim than stormtroopers," he joked, but his heart was racing. The robot's arm extended, trying to grab Hulk in a crushing grip, but Hulk wasn't having it. With a roar, he grabbed the robot's arm, twisted, and ripped it clean off. The robot's roar of machinery filled the air, but it wasn't done yet. Its other arm swung, launching a flurry of rapid punches at Hulk, who deflected them, smashing through concrete and cars in the process. "Hulk, heads up!" Spider-Man called out, swinging around the back of the robot. He spotted the missile launchers and webbed them shut, knowing those would be the next threat. But the robot's head suddenly swiveled toward him, and its eyes glowed with a dangerous red light. "Oh no, I know that look," Spider-Man muttered. A blinding laser beam shot out of the robot's eyes, cutting through buildings like butter. Spider-Man flipped out of the way, narrowly avoiding the searing heat. "Okay, that's new," he shouted, desperately thinking of a plan. Hulk, seeing his friend in danger, grabbed a car and hurled it at the robot's chest, but the laser beam incinerated it midair. "This thing's smarter than it looks," Spider-Man yelled, dodging another laser blast. "We need to find its weak spot." Robot not smart enough to beat Hulk. Hulk growled, slamming his fists into the ground so hard that shockwaves rippled through the street, knocking the robot off balance. Spider-Man leaped onto the robot's back, climbing up with his sticky fingers and quick reflexes. He noticed something, a panel on its back that looked different, maybe a control center. He shot webs at it, yanking hard, trying to pry it open. Come on, he grunted, finally ripping the panel free. Inside, wires sparked and circuitry hummed. Bingo! He shot webbing into the exposed circuitry, yanking at wires and yanking out cables. Suddenly, the robot froze, its glowing eyes dimming for a moment. Hulk now! Spider-Man shouted. Hulk didn't need a second invitation. With a roar that could shatter mountains, Hulk slammed his fists together and leapt into the air. He came down with all his might, driving both fists into the robot's chest, smashing it into the pavement. The ground shook with the impact, windows shattered, and cars flew into the air. The robot sparked and sputtered, its eyes flickering before finally going dark. The once menacing machine was now a heap of twisted metal and broken circuits. Spider-Man swung down and landed next to Hulk, breathing hard. Well, that was a workout. Hulk smash robot good, Hulk said with a satisfied grunt. Yeah, you did. That thing never stood a chance, Spider-Man replied, giving Hulk a friendly tap on the shoulder. As the dust settled, sirens wailed in the distance, and the streets were already filled with reporters and onlookers. Spider-Man glanced at Hulk and grinned under his mask. Guess we saved the day again, huh? Hulk nodded, then pointed to the ruined street. But Hulk not clean this up. Spider-Man laughed. Yeah, I think we'll leave that to the city workers. As the sun set over New York, the two heroes stood victorious, ready for whatever threat might come next.